Okay, what is up, everybody? So, if you know, I currently work for a platform called Cubing.gg. You can get coaching info from me at my website, solvewithdylan.com, or you can go to Cubing.gg and look at my services. Anywho, the Cubing.gg channel posted a video with one of the up-and-coming North American cubers, Kavin, who is a NAC 2026 finalist, one of Maddie's ECI Elite Cubing Initiative kids. And he did a coaching session / solving session with Luke Greiser. I saw the first 5 minutes of the video, and I had some thoughts on just that initially. So I thought it'd be fun to kind of go through these together, talk about what I see from Greiser's coaching, what I see from Kavin's solving style, and how I think maybe both of them could improve in different ways, and just my thoughts in general on this video. So let's take a look. Oh. First impression, Kavin, shout out Kavin. That people saying this solve was very good. He has like a 0.5 pause. Here, you should pause, assess, recognize this corner with no U moves. He does U prime U U and then does pairs. Pause here, and then recognize OLL skip. It's still a sub 5. Shout out to Kavin for the sub 5, but objectively, this should be like a freaking, I don't know, like a low 4 instead of 4.8. Oh.
Okay.
Locky turning, pauses, that's kind of what you should assess here. Start also isn't too great. I know that they do talk about the start after this, so yeah. So we have 2 free pairs.
R prime, FU prime, F prime R.
No, he does the base to Dylan Miller pair cancel. That's probably not that good. Yeah. Generally, if you're doing first pair, you want to be making sure that it's like at least a 5 mover or a 3 mover, and in a back slot. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So not great. You should do the 5 mover probably. The wide move cancel is not particularly great. It's gonna change orientation. So yeah.
Yeah. And then I did that here. I just take the corner out, and then I thought the edge was in the top, but yeah.
That's
so,
why you
yeah.
took the corner out.
Yeah. Okay. This too. If you ever see a corner in a slot, you always want to make sure that when you take it out, it becomes a pair. I would rather Kavin have paused here instead of just taking a piece out, because if you thought it was there and you take it out and then you realize it's not there anyways, you're still going to do a pause. So if you pause, make sure you're not losing efficiency. It's going to be better for you long term, and then you're going to be getting better pattern recognition from going from pair to pair instead of just spamming and doing random stuff. Okay.
Try to show you an ergonomic solution that I found.
Okay. Yeah.
And now once you have this, you rotate, because now back left is done, and now you have a couple options. This is what I saw first. This would probably be better, but
no, red blue is not better, I don't think. I mean, from a look at principle perspective, it puts the pair on left and then you rotate and have last 2 pairs, but from an EL perspective, it's actually a little bit worse.
I'm just gonna be accurate and go with what I saw.
I'll talk about this continuation and why I think I would teach it a little bit differently, but yeah.
So the best way to do this is L prime, U prime, L, U, and then
Wide F, sure.
From here, you should be able to see the rest of it. Are your edges oriented?
That's a good way to ask, yeah.
No.
Okay. And if you rotate, now are your edges oriented for F2L?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think you should point out why you rotate to this side particularly, because here it's kind of less intuitive. You're talking about solving a pair in the back. You rotate this way because then everything's going to be on the right instead of in the left. For someone like Kavin, if you're sub 7, yeah, it doesn't really matter. You should be prioritizing righty, even though maybe from a look at perspective, the pair you're solving is going into the front first. It shouldn't be the biggest deal because your next pair you can see is also in the top. So yeah, I think making that a little more clear is good, but I mean, intuitively, he probably understands why. Okay, one thing I want to talk about, there's a few things continuation-wise here that I think should be a little bit cleaner. I'll go to my top down here now. So, Greiser was pretty bang on, I think, from a starting perspective. We get our start here. Obviously, we set up red-blue relative to each other with B2, R. That's good, okay? And then when you do the sledge for this, we get ready to insert this edge. Now, he said the first thing that he saw, just to be true to it, was going to be green orange. I don't think green orange is the best pair to do here, because when you do R prime F for a split second, you see you have this free pair already, right? So like if we're being what I think is like appropriate, based off like the flowchart and stuff, these pieces are in front of us earlier on, so we have more time to track them. So I think this is a little bit easier as the next pair. So we do this L R D prime. So this is what I think we should actually do, right? Because we have good edge in the top layer, bad edge here, good edge in the back. We can do this pair that I think is very easy, and then we can do the LUF5 mover, and then last pair, no rotations, okay? So by just sequencing that a little bit differently, we're getting a continuation that's going to be entirely rotationless. And I think it's also easier to spot that anyways. You can also see that orange-green is going to become like a free pair, like where it's facing upwards in the slot. I mean, at least you should be able to. Kavin needs to work on prediction probably a little bit, so maybe he doesn't see that instantly. But yeah, that's just some thoughts from what Greiser was saying, which again, I think Greiser saying this is still fine, but he instantly rotates for this pair. Let me tell you, you don't want to rotate for this pair. Chat, why do we not rotate for this pair? Can you tell me? Orange-green, why do we not rotate for this pair? Close. Because you'll have to rotate again or do a wide insert. Bang. Riata. Good answer. Good answer. Doesn't change EO and it will get solved in the back left using 2 right slots. Yes. Pairs on slot are misoriented for both sides. Yes. Oh my gosh, we have brains. Okay. Amazing. We don't rotate for this pair. Yes. If we rotate, this pair goes into the back. But if we rotate, this edge is going to be misoriented no matter what. From here, it's bad. Rotate. Here, it's still bad. So now we've gone from having good edge in the top, bad edge in the slot. So we went from going 2 good, 1 bad, to now we have 2 bad, 1 good. So he does this, right? Now, to avoid this from happening again, you don't do wide F here. Chat, why do we not do wide F in this position? What should we do instead? We're solving orange-green. What do we do? Yes, JS Coder. Yes, we rotate because now instead of having bad, bad, good, we have good, good, good. Everything is oriented from here. So instead of doing wide F, then rotating, which breaks our flow, makes it less consistent, we rotate now, and then we have RUL spam for the rest of the solve. And then we have like the OLO PLO that Greiser was talking about, okay? We could have done it entirely with F moves. From here, we do F moves, pair, 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 pair. Now, instead of having to do like rotate, rotate back, we're just doing no rotations by doing the F move initially, right? Okay, continue.
Are you white and yellow cross or just white?
Just white.
That needs to change. Okay.
Yeah.
Agree.
So, pieces that are both in the top layer, I will cancel with a sledge. Tell me why I didn't do that this time.
To orient the edges.
Yep, this one. So if I do this, I'm going to have to rotate now. But if I do this, the rest of my F2L is going to be rotationless.
Sure.
So I can just spam.
I think in general, you should do it the other way where you option select to only doing RU Elgin and then only sledge when it's better. Greiser always talks about this where he's like, I always sledge this pair. And it's like, you're just complicating EO for no real reason. Just do RU Elgin. It's like entirely equal. I don't think sledge cancels are much better. Stylistically, sure, but I think like if you're teaching someone, you tell them do the thing that makes the EO easier, the look ahead easier, and then you progress into teaching them sledge cases to then take advantage of other situations, right? But like the building block is just do the thing that's easiest and then best for fundamentals.
And then you just get to the last layer. Is edge orientation something that you often think about during your 3x3 solves?
Not really.
Okay.
But
Cool.
like I know it's important.
Yeah, so do this next scramble and let me think about the best drill for you to do right now.
Okay.
Yeah, just go ahead and do the solve and then we'll do a drill afterwards.
Good edge, doesn't rotate, does good edge.
Yeah,
This
that
is
was
great.
really good.
No real pauses, good
So,
exec, awesome.
advantage of, like,
Sure.
this, and then, ooh, this is cool. We can keyhole both of these. This is in the wrong space. But
I
we
just don't
replace
think-
it with what's right,
I just,
and then you do
sure.
another D,
Oh.
and then you do
Fine.
that, and then this is bad, but you can do the Damien pair and do sledge and then anti-second.
I mean, sure. I think if you're being principled, you teach the kid bad edge in top, rotate, solve it in back, and then you have good. Like, if you're thinking about EO, like, that's what you should teach. Like, the principled way to approach this is rotate. Look head's easier. EO is good. Everything's RUL degen. You're saving a few moves doing it from this position, but I think this kind of, like, bypasses just what is basic EO principles. Chat, there's 8 move double XRS on the scramble, by the way. Just by the way.
Is my next solve for success. I would start out because that kind of just sets up the rest of the solve for success.
Look, love Greiser. I think if you're like actually coaching this kid truly, you can't just say it sets the rest of the solve up for success. You need to explain why what you're doing is happening. Like, I think you brush over too quickly why you found this idea. Maybe some higher level students who have really good intuition are going to see this and be like, oh, okay, this is an idea that I can start using. But for people who are like, you know, not as young or later on in their journey, they have like very built-in ideas and habits, and you can't just brush past how you figured this out. Like, you need to start from the beginning and explain the entire cross solution, why you're doing it this way. Obviously, yes, we have the block, but like preface what type of idea you're going to be building here, and then explain how you got there through those moves. That way they can follow it a little bit easier, but that's just me.
Ooh, this is really nice. Before we do this last D prime, you can not only insert the corner, but you can take this corner out.
Oh.
And now if you do RU prime, R prime, this is a pseudo pair now. And this is why it's important to understand edge orientation, because if you just look at this and don't know if it's a pseudo pair or not, that's really important.
Yeah,
but,
I can recognize like pseudo pairs.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I don't know how much this helps the kid. I think you're just adding extensions on to just like your basic idea. If you didn't see this from inspection, like, I don't think it's worth talking to the kid about it. Like, maybe showing him new stuff, but like, sure, it's fine. Yes, EO is important for pseudo pairs. Pseudo pairs don't pop up too much, but he says he understands them anyways. So like, I don't think focusing on it really matters too much. But
show me what like a slow solve would look like for you.
Okay.
this was good.
Okay, that was really good. Okay, let's see another one.
Too fast. He fixed it in the middle, but too fast. Yeah, problem. Yeah.
Go up to like solve 2 F2L pairs. How you did, if you can remember that.
Yeah.
Okay, so right here, this is a
Okay,
really good example.
we're talking about pseudo now.
So in any case where you have 2 F2L pairs that are left, you can solve the complete opposite piece of what's already solved. So this is the corner that's solved. We're going to solve this edge. So in 3 moves, almost always
I like this concept. It's good.
3 moves, unless it's right here.
Or this corner is facing upwards and you need to solve a corner. That's going to be 7 instead of 3. But I generally agree with what's happening here. I mean, yeah, this is fine. Like, I agree. He hasn't really touched on specific EO principles that make edge orientation important. Like, there's really nothing that is giving him structure for these untimed solves. He's just saying, hey, we talked about the pseudo concept, which, like, sure, I agree, this is very important. But it's not helping the kid with, like, in solve, what pair should I do based off edge orientation? How can I make it to where I keep as many good edges as possible, avoid rotations, etc. There's more structure that needs to be laid out beforehand so that way he can try to apply the principles and then make his rotations better. This is good. I like this. Yeah, this is really good. I think he's really good with the kids, by the way. For what it's worth, he's about to show you the alg. I think he's good at like making it kind of engaging. I think I can be kind of dry and like I think I can be a little bit dry, and I think I can be a little bit too technical with kids. And I don't really make it like super fun if I'm being honest and objective with myself. I think he's good working with the kids, but from like a technical perspective, there's like things that I would recommend him do a bit better.
Okay, Okay, so now I want to talk to you about like something else. I've noticed in a lot of your solves you do diagonal pairs, and that's fine. But let's try to build the habit of picking an adjacent pair first. So if your first pair is back right, which it normally is, you tend to do front left, and that's fine. But if you can like do back right and then do a rotation, even if you do diagonal pairs now, it's way easier to see all of this information than if you were holding the cube like this.
Why are adjacent pairs better than diagonal pairs? Diagonal pairs, let me get here. Diagonal pairs make it to where less pieces are visible to you in the front slots or the horseshoe area. Check out my look ahead video if you need more description of the horseshoe and like what is just generally good for look ahead. And on top of that, the solutions, like the worst case F2L pairs are generally going to be more common on diag pairs than they are going to be on adjacent pairs. Also, if you have like odds are diag pairs set you up to more rotations than adjacent pairs. Look ahead is harder because pieces are going to be more likely in the back than in the front. Executions are harder because you're doing more layer turns, or you have to like rotate, so the executions are going to get broken up. In general, there's just like so many reasons why diag is not ideal. Now, this is not to say that you should like inherently steer away from diag pairs. If you have an option, like principled wise, you should solve an adjacent pair. That's like generally the idea. However, I have found with my clients, telling them to avoid diag pairs explicitly just creates problems. Because for someone like Kavin, who has look ahead issues already, you don't want him to have to think more about what pair he's going to be doing next, right? You should inform him, yes, diag pairs are suboptimal. If you do them, you want to try to find something else. I don't think it's like a particular habit of his. I think it's maybe just like situational. It could be a habit, like something that just happens for him, but like I think more likely than not, it's just like circumstantial, right? Explain to him why, and but also explain that doing diag pairs is not inherently bad. If you do diag pairs but all your edges are oriented, like it really makes no difference because you're not adding any more rotations, and stuff is generally going to be like relatively findable. Dude, you can see him start laughing. You can see he's like, dude, you can see him laugh because he knows it's about to be a diag pair. Look at the smile start. Okay, look, now what you do here, you split this pair, this gets also split up, and then you rotate, and then it's good, last two pairs. No, yeah, good, sledge, good. Everything he did here is fine. Everything he did here is fine. There's no problems.
So I actually didn't have a problem with that one, like those diagonal pairs, because the diagonal pair that you solved went directly into the next one. Like,
no,
you
I don't
were
think
able
so.
to cancel into the next one. So I'm not upset about that one.
No, it's better here because he solved a 3-mover. Like, I was very EO pilled for a long period of time, right? I was very much like a do EO, like do the EO principle. No, you do the efficiency thing. You do the efficiency thing. Like if you look at Yiheng's solves, like he's averaging low move count, but we don't take into consideration rotations, right? Here, rotating and solving a free pair is the best thing to be doing. I feel like Luke is saying scramble specific advice instead of general advice. Scramble specific advice translates to general advice, and also for someone at this skill level, a lot of stuff is going to be very scramble specific, where it's just like how to approach it, and then they should be able to apply it to their own stuff. Maybe some more structure or like broader concepts around these things is good, which is what I was talking about with like EO. But I don't think it's inherently bad. No. This is why you teach him EO concepts.
Yeah.
So a really, really big skill that I think you can benefit a lot from is finding out how the pairs interact with each other.
Okay, let's go back. I wish I had the scramble here. I wish I had the scramble so bad. Okay, let's go through this, okay? Boom, X cross. kind of inefficient edge cross. I think there's definitely a better way to approach this. Okay, now let's go from here. Boom. LU2 L prime. Great. What do we have here? Chat. Pop quiz. Chat, pop quiz. This edge, good or bad? This edge, good or bad? This edge, good or bad? Who can tell me? Bad. All bad. Thank you, chat. The edges are all bad. Big bad edges. What do we do here, boys? What do we do? You rotate to red front. Why red front? You solve the free pair in back, and then you are left with all good edges. This R2FR just delays the inevitable. It delays the inevitable. You are still from a position where you have 2 bad edges in the top layer. You are doing a less efficient solution to just also have to rotate to do like harder to execute solves, like last 2 pairs. So you rotate first. When you see bad edge in top layer, multiple bad edge in top layer, the concept that Kavin should be learning is reduce down to as many similarly oriented edges as possible, unless you already have a good edge that's relatively easy to solve. That's the idea. In this case, no good edges. Boom. Now we rotate. Then everything's good. Spam RUL gen. That's what he does really well. He turns really solid when he's not locking up. There is some turning accuracy that he needs to be working on, but anywho. And then, yeah, Greiser's going to talk about pair prediction because he did, like, the worst of the 2 options for last 2 pairs, but, like, schmeep schmop. Like, he's a turner. He can get away with it for the most part. But it is better long term if he fixes it.
Do that scramble. And now, look at all... Well, yeah, I guess you can try it yourself first.
Yeah. Should I time it? Or?
Yeah, good. Why not?
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry, Kevin. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to react. I'm clip farming. Okay, chat. Can anyone tell me what happened here in this execution? Good edge. Rotate. Solve it. Rotate back. We do it again. Good edge. Rotate. Solve it. Rotate back. We double rotated on 2 pairs when we had good edges. Untimed solves, learn EO, please.
That's okay. So that's another habit that I noticed that you have. Whenever you tend to mess up in like the beginning portions of your solve, you try to make up for it with turn speed. And if you just try to be smooth the whole way, like pause, and then you just start being smooth the whole way through. I know that's like not exactly your style and it might take some time to get used to, but if you're consistent after a mistake, that's going to be a lot better than just trying to spam TPS and make up for it.
I really like that. That's a very, very good point. Turner kids, TPS kiddies / blue collar kids, I guess, they don't want to hear it because they're not used to it and it's not their style and they don't think they just turn. But yes, this is a really good thing to be doing. I would agree. Yeah.
So now back to this. Every move that Yihung does has a purpose. So Z2 is inspection, and he starts out from the same angle.
Yeah, this is Sol 5 of 351.
And then he does
double
something
sledge.
That is kind of shocking, actually. He does double sledge, which is a good way to solve that. But now his first 2 pairs are just done in the front. He lucks out because he rotates.
This is not luck. From an EO perspective, you rotate, solve the pair on left. You have 2 good edges when you rotate. Deal with the last pair. It's going to be like in top layer. You rotate, or it's going to be in front slot, and then you do F move trigger. Like, yeah, he doesn't explain why he did double sledge for inspection depth. He just says, yeah, double sledge is good for inspection depth, but like, it doesn't. This is not applicable at all to Kavin, I think.
And this is a
that boy can turn. That boy can turn. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't think it's really that applicable. This kid can already turn really good, which is kind of all that matters. Like this is much better used solely as a learn concept drill than I think it is as like a turning drill. I mean, like, yeah, Yihang inspects too far for Kavin to be able to replicate his solutions. His inspection depth needs to get a lot better to be able to replicate this at all. Do I think down solves are a good way for someone whose weakness is turning to practice? Yes, I do. That is a very good way to practice turning. I mean, obviously, it depends why turning's your weakness. If it's literally like you do all the moves correctly, perfect executions, whatever, but you just do them slowly, then yes, I think doing down solves, executing things in quicker succession is very important. For someone like Kavin, though, who's already a very, very good turner, I don't think this drill is particularly necessary for him. The only benefits I think he gets from this is maybe like some turning accuracy stuff, but like very little. I think there's better ways to target that more specifically. And then also understanding Yiheng solutions. But like, if he's not going to be doing that, then I think this drill's kind of pointless. Maybe he meant to say that solutions for these down solves for these kind of solutions will ingrain the solutions into intuition. I don't think that's true, because if you're doing the solutions without understanding the rationale behind it, the down solve means nothing.
Where's this piece gonna go whenever you do a LU2L prime?
Here.
Yep. Where is this piece gonna go?
Here.
The corner.
The corner, here.
I don't think the question here is what pair is best to look ahead into. I think the thing that you should be doing is just looking ahead, period. Like, do you see a pair here? Can you predict it quickly? Like, overloading information is not great. Like, get to the point where you can just easily predict boom, boom, 1, 2, great, and then do last 2, 1 look, instead of overloading like 3 pairs worth and then making a decision from there. Because that's not actually what happens in a solve.
Like that.
The edge is gonna stay there, and the corner's gonna be here.
What color's gonna be facing up?
White.
Yep, that's right. So how do you solve that? Yep. Now close your eyes and do it. Do your entire solution. Yeah, you got it. So you are learning how to look ahead. This is.
He's not. I mean, prediction and look ahead are like tied. I don't think they're inherently the same. I think the kid needs to work on just like not looking at what he's doing. He can probably already predict. Like, we've seen him understand cancels. We've seen him. He understands prediction. It's a matter of being disciplined about not looking at the thing he's doing, so that way he can take advantage of this more.
Awesome. And I think that you're really good at tracking. You're less good at actively like being able to close your eyes and do the next pair. So.
No, I don't think so. I think I disagree with this observation. His tracking is fine. His prediction is also fine. Both need work. He needs to get his tracking better. There's too many times where he's looking at the thing he's doing and then gets stuck in a situation where he just doesn't know where the pieces are for his next pair.
All right. So now close your eyes and do the entire solution. Great. And now see if you can do this. See if you can see all 3 pairs in inspection.
This is a really good one. I like this one. This one's fun. This one's really hard. I started doing this at like Nats 18, but this one's fun. This is good.
That was beautiful. My work here is done.
Dude, we could have. I'm sorry. We could have gotten here like 30 minutes ago. Like, we could have gotten here 30 minutes ago. Just get him more intentional about the TPS speed. Keep him accountable. Get him doing solves. If there's anything like solution wise, then point it out. I don't know.
So if obviously every solve isn't going to have that many oriented edges.
Yeah.
But if most of your solves can look like.
Very good point. I was also going to say this. There was a lot of oriented edges. The look at situation was very easy for him in that spot. Not every solve is going to be like that, but pretty good.
That, like, even 90.
Let's see. Overall assessment. For Kavin, think he's a good kid. Think he's pretty solid. He's a turner. He's got potential. His starts need work. He needs to be more intentional about TPS for look at purposes. I agree with Greiser on the assessment there. The manner in which it was taught, maybe I don't agree so much about him with, but fine. I think there needs to be a little more focus on EO. There's too many times where he's doing like just egregious EO stuff. No hate. I'm just making a point. I don't think down solves are that helpful for him. His turning's already really good. Looking at solutions from Yiheng and stuff, I think are good, but I think also just more structure from like start ideas and concepts and everything is also very important. But anyway, I think I've made my points. That'll be a chat. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you learned something. say hi to YouTube. But yeah, cool stuff. Cool stuff.